What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Travis Hunter.
And Liana.
And we back with another
video.
What are you doing? Liana, what are you doing?
It was the announcement nobody saw coming. The kind of bombshell that does not just shake the sports world, it rattles the ground beneath it. Travis Hunter, the unstoppable two-way force, the Heisman Trophy winner, the face of a franchise before even being drafted, has declared he is walking away from football. Not after a devastating injury, not after a slow fade into obscurity. No, he is stepping down at the absolute height of his powers. And the whispers say it is not his body that is broken. It is his life, specifically, the life he built with the woman he thought would stand by his side forever, Liana Len. The same Liana whose name has been at the center of every gossip thread, viral clip, and armchair relationship debate for the past year. The same Liana who, according to those close to the situation, is now smiling her way toward a divorce settlement that can hand her a mountain of dollars from the very career Travis is preparing to walk away from.
What arguments or disagreements?
talk.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that one.
You was?
Yeah.
We just talk it out. We have to talk about everything.
We have to ask, how does a man go from the pinnacle of college football to contemplating retirement? Before his very first NFL snap, the rumor mill points to one word: betrayal. Friends close to Travis insist the infidelity rumors that shadowed the couple into the offseason did not just sting, they gutted him. This was not some off-field distraction he could brush off in a post-game interview. This was a direct hit to his focus, his confidence, and his will to keep grinding through the relentless machine that is professional football. And while Travis was spiraling, insiders claim Liana was already counting the payout that could come. With walking away, divorce laws in his state are clear. No prenup means half the fortune, and in the case of a top NFL draft pick, that translates into life-changing sums. The idea that the very person accused of sabotaging his career could now walk away profiting from its implosion has left fans furious and teammates speechless.
Friend of yours, his relationship is public, and people are beating him up about it. Travis.
Oh, yeah, I have been seeing that.
It gets worse when you trace the paper trail back to what is now being called the secret prenup battle. According to multiple sources, Travis's inner circle family, longtime friends, even a few coaches urged him to protect himself before the wedding. They pushed for a contract that would lock down his assets, safeguard his rookie deal, and keep opportunists at bay. But those same sources insist Liana was not having it. Whispers say she flat out refused to sign anything that would limit her access to his earnings, framing it as an insult to their love and a sign he did not trust her. Was that the first crack in the foundation long before the cheating videos and viral Heisman drama? Did Travis choose romance over reason, only to realize too late that love alone might not survive this level of scrutiny? Because while the cheating scandal has already been dissected frame by frame by the internet's unpaid detectives, a darker narrative is starting to take root even among some of his own fans. That this was calculated, that every icy sideline clip, every tense meet and greet moment, every public misstep was part of a slow campaign to break his focus, knowing a distracted, mentally drained Travis would be easier to walk away from with a massive settlement in hand. Harsh, yes, far-fetched. Not to the thousands of voices flooding comment sections with theories about playing the long game and cashing out before the real grind even begins. And here's the twist: the more these theories spread, the more they are shaping public perception not just of Liana, but of Travis himself.
I discuss it because he is a celebrity. This is part of the news. People are going to talk about it whether you want them to talk about it or not. You have to learn that you don't have to address.
We cannot ignore the timeline that fuels these suspicions. The wedding in May, just weeks after he was drafted, the gift of a custom Mercedes, the public declarations of forever love, the carefully curated couple's content on YouTube, all of it set against the backdrop of a rookie season that was supposed to launch him into superstardom, and instead turned into a reality show nobody asked for. The infamous Heisman ceremony clip, where she sat motionless until nudged by Coach Deion Sanders, has been replayed like a Zapruder film picked apart for meaning, tension, and, in some cases, motive. Add in the viral video of her allegedly dancing with another man, whether filmed before their relationship or not, and the online court of opinion has already delivered its verdict. But the legal court, the one that could determine the fate of millions in NFL earnings, has not even convened yet. If the prenup battle rumors are true, then this is not just a breakup. It is a financial earthquake waiting to happen. Without that document, Liana could be entitled to a massive share of his signing bonus, endorsement deals, and guaranteed salary. And given that Travis is widely projected to go top 3 in the draft, the numbers are staggering. We are talking tens of millions before he even laces up for his first NFL game. The thought that she might walk away with a payout bigger than some players earning their entire careers has sparked outrage across fan forums and talk shows alike. Even some former pros have chimed in, warning Travis to protect his wealth before it is too late. Others, bizarrely, have urged him to embrace the chaos. One actor even joked that the best housewives are made this way, advising him to marry without a prenup. That advice sent social media into absolute overdraft.
I hate this entire situation because it didn't need to get to this point if people just kept things private.
Through it all, Travis has kept mostly quiet about the money, choosing instead to defend Liana from the personal attacks. He has called out clickbait outlets dismissed critics as bird-brained, and told fans to stop worrying about his love life. But beneath that bravado, those closest to him say he is worn out. The word they use is drained. Drained by endless speculation, drained by online hate, drained by the private fights no camera has caught yet. One friend claims this is not about one mistake or a single argument, but about a year of small fractures piling up, until the foundation finally gave way. The bitter truth is that everything was lined up for Travis to deliver a historic rookie season. The Jaguars have plans to use him on both sides of the ball, a throwback to his college dominance. And the marketing world was already circling with sponsorship deals. His story was supposed to be about rewriting NFL history, not a marriage unraveling in front of millions. But now, instead of two-way highlight reels, the headlines are filled with retirement whispers and a relationship that may collapse before it ever really begins. And if those whispers prove true, the fallout would not just reshape his career, but also decide who walks away with what when the dust finally settles.
Definitely should look into counseling. Definitely look into that very fast, because that's going to
As for Lyanna, she has remained publicly composed even in the middle of his storm. At their recent red carpet appearance, she smiled, looked at him with what could be genuine affection, or could be pure performance, and let the cameras soak it. All in, to her supporters, it was proof that she is standing by her man. To her critics, it looked like the act of a woman who already secured her win. No matter which way the relationship turns, the truth likely lies somewhere in between, and right now, both sides are spinning it as hard as they can. What we are witnessing is not just a breakup story, it is a collision between fame, fortune, and trust, the kind of volatile mix that has ended more careers than any torn ligament ever could. And if the retirement talk is more than just rumor, then Travis Hunter's final play may not happen on a football field at all. Instead, it could happen in a lawyer's office, signing the paperwork that ends both his marriage and his time in the sport. That made him a household name. The only question is whether he will walk away with his heart in one hand and half his fortune in the other. That is why counseling is not just a suggestion, it is something they should look into quickly, because it might be the only thing that can steady them before everything collapses. But the spotlight is now shifted directly onto Travis himself. It is not flattering. Those who have seen him behind closed doors at training camp say he looks like a shadow of the player who once seemed untouchable under pressure. The swagger is gone. The energy that used to electrify the field is dimmed, replaced by flashes of frustration and long stretches where he stares into the turf, as if searching for answers that refuse to come. Multiple camp observers have reported that his performance has become erratic. Flashes of brilliance are drowned out by missed assignments and a troubling lack of urgency. For a young star with the NFL practically gift-wrapped for him, this kind of inconsistency does not just raise eyebrows, it feeds into the darker narrative now forming. That Lyanna's presence and the chaos surrounding her may have cut so deep into his mindset that he is beginning to believe the game is no longer worth the fight.
him as a prize. She's seeing him as just a regular. And the best way to lose a king is to try to treat a king like a regular.
This is the so-called career sabotage theory whispered by insiders, who insist the timing of his decline is far too neat to be coincidence. Could it be that in the quiet moments inside the house they once called a haven, seeds of doubt were planted, that the idea of walking away was not born from injury or burnout, but from a strain of a relationship that has become a never-ending public trial? One source close to the team told us it feels like watching a man pulled into directions, the field and the storm outside of it, and right now, the storm is winning. When a player begins to wonder if the game is taking more than it is giving, the slide toward the exit can happen alarmingly fast. The turmoil does not end at the stadium gates. Behind the scenes, the family tension is reaching a boiling point. People close to Travis's parents say the mood has shifted from quiet concern to open anger. His mother, who has been fiercely protective since his high school days, allegedly made no secret of her unease about Lyanna from the very beginning. The wedding, in her view, came too soon. The lack of a prenup was a critical mistake, and the constant stream of viral controversy should have been a flashing red warning sign. Now, with retirement rumors circling, we are told she is voicing her frustration openly, not only at Lyanna, but at her son as well, for ignoring every caution she gave.
When you're dealing with Travis, you got to understand that he's the prize in the situation.
Those family tensions are said to be spilling into conversations that Travis cannot escape. Relatives who once filled the stands to cheer him on are now pressing him about his decisions, forcing him to choose between defending his wife and acknowledging the damage to his career. It is a classic clash of loyalty versus logic. The longer it drags on, the more it fractures the unity he once leaned on. Imagine the pressure cooker he is living in, a man still in his early 20s, torn between the woman he vowed to stand by and the family that raised him. The emotional stakes here are impossible to overstate, because when trust erodes on both sides of a man's life, where does he turn? The irony is that from the outside, there are moments when they still look picture perfect. Red carpet smiles, polished interviews, scripted gratitude during acceptance speeches. But those close enough to see the seams say the cracks are widening. The family does not just fear for his career, they fear the version of Travis they have, always known as slipping away. We have been told about late-night phone calls, desperate pleas for him to wake up and see the bigger picture, and conversations cut short because the tension is too raw. If this is a ticking clock, it feels like the alarm is set to go off sooner rather than later. So, we are actually going to talk about this whole Travis Hunter situation. Originally, the plan was to focus on the couple. We will get to that, but this is bothering me a little bit, y'all, because the whispers about Lionel's so-called secret life have taken on a life of their own, fueled by an endless stream of resurfaced clips and old social media fragments that the internet has been quick to stitch into a damning narrative. The most debated of these is the alleged appearance in a low-budget music video, alongside a SoundCloud rapper, where she is seen dancing with a confidence that some fans claim reveals her real ambitions, a hunger for the spotlight that existed long before Travis came into the picture. Even without a confirmed timeline, the footage has been enough to stir suspicions that she was always orbiting the world of public attention, waiting for a bigger name to align her trajectory with. Then came the party footage. Grainy, dimly lit, but clear enough to identify her moving closely with another man in a way that sparks speculation about loyalty and motive. Those defending her dismiss it as harmless fun from years ago, yet the speed with which these clips have resurfaced right at the peak of Travis's career turmoil has many questioning whether there is a coordinated effort to expose her past. In the court of public opinion, perception can be far more damaging than fact, and the perception now is of someone whose history may not align with the image she has carefully curated since stepping into Travis's world.
This whole Travis Hunter situation, originally, I was like, we're gonna talk about the couple, we'll get to that, because this is bothering me a little bit, y'all. So
this pattern of resurfacing content is what makes the story so explosive. Each new leak stacks on the last, building a mosaic that to her critics paints the image of a woman who thrives on proximity. To fame, they point to her timing, the red carpet appearances, the luxury gifts displayed online, the carefully staged snapshots of their private life. None of this is unusual for the partner of a rising star. But when paired with her past ties to underground music scenes and nightlife culture, it begins to look, at least to some, like chapters in a calculated climb. For Travis, this is not just about shielding her reputation in public. It is about the private reckoning that comes when the narrative shifts. From she is misunderstood to maybe she was playing a longer game all along. Even if none of it is true, the constant reminders in his mentions and the whispers in his locker room wear down his trust. It forces the question, how much of their relationship was built on real connection, and how much was shaped by the platform he provided? What makes this twist especially brutal is the timing. Just as he faces the most critical transition of his career, the conversation around his personal life is shifting. It is no longer about a young couple under pressure. It is about whether he was ever in control of the relationship at all. If the rumors keep snowballing, the story could morph into a cautionary legend, not just the athlete who lost his game, but the man who became the unwitting centerpiece in someone else's pursuit of fame and fortune.
Why? Because you find people soft spot and you squeeze. That's the cruel world we're living.
And just when it seems the story cannot get any messier, the rumor mill adds another twist. Whispers of a hidden life in Lionel's past that is yet to break into the mainstream. Unverified accounts, fragments of alleged connections, old associates, hinting that more could surface if the spotlight stays fixed on her. Whether these claims hold substance or are simply opportunists chasing their own moment, the possibility alone is enough to keep the speculation engine running. In the world of public image, perception often matters just as much as truth. And right now, the perception is of a man whose future in both love and football could depend on what the next leak exposes.
Not gonna be perfect.
In a perfect world, it is.
This ain't no perfect.
The stakes have never been higher. If more revelations surface, they could lock in the narrative that his downfall was not just bad luck, but the cost of trusting someone whose loyalty was never as unshakable as he believed, or in a twist that would silence his critics. The truth could clear her name and shift the focus back to the brutal reality of being young, famous, and constantly under a microscope. Either way, every new detail threatens to push the story past the point of no return. And so, the question at the heart of this saga remains: will Travis find a way to rise above the wreckage and reclaim the fire that once made him a generational talent, or has his betrayal, whether real or imagined, already sealed his fate? Let us know your thoughts, because this is one of those stories where the next chapter could rewrite everything. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, when it comes to fame, love, and fortune, the truth is rarely as simple as it looks.